With the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most beneficent. I am Majidullah Khan, Assistant Professor, Institute of Business Study, Guwahati University of Science and Technology. Subject is corporate governance and social responsibility. And today's topic is the shareholder. We will teaching a topic will be covered in today's lecture are institutional investor, what shareholder expect from the companies, tools available to shareholder, annual general meeting, and shareholder activism. Institutional shareholders. These are the financial institutions that make a business of investing in shares or bond of other companies. Example of such institutional shareholder are mutual fund, managed fund, pension fund, insurance companies, and banks. Mutual fund, these organizations raise their capital by selling their unit and use the funds raised to invest in share and bond of different companies. The most notable to such fund in Pakistan is National Investment Trust. Other mutual fund are ICP and KSB fund, Khadim Ali Shah Bukhari Bank fund. Managed fund. These funds are floated by investment bank or similar financial institution, but do not have unit, tradable unit like mutual fund. Individuals and organizations with surplus cash invest in these managed funds, who in turn invest their collected fund in share and bond of different companies. Almost all major commercial banks have a subsidiary companies that float and manage such fund. Pension fund, these organizations have vast sum of money collected from employees and employer, which they have to pay back after a long time when the employees retired. They invest these funds in suitable instrument to earn return for their clients. In Pakistan, private pension funds are relatively new phenomena, but government have run such type of pension fund, and most prominent is EOBI, Employees Old Age Benefit Institution, who make investment in stock exchanges. Life insurance companies, they collect premium from their client, who they promote to repay with profit at the expiry of the policy term. Meanwhile, they must invest these funds to earn profit in order to attract more policyholders. Many of these insurance companies set aside a part of their investment portfolio to invest in shares of listed companies. And the last one is bank. Bank, both commercial and investment bank, also frequently invest in share of listed companies, either directly or on behalf of their clients. Capabilities of institutional shareholders. Institutional investors hold large sum of money on behalf of their depositor or members, which they must earn a decent return to keep their client happy. If they are able to invest their fund in good companies and earn good returns, they will get more people to use their services. The magnitude of the fund held by institutional investors can be guessed from the fact that more than 50% of the share of the companies listed in a London Stock Exchange are held by these institutional investors. Second capability is that investing money in share is their business, so they do it in a professional and organized manner. They have a competent staff to analyze the performance of various companies and to select the most appropriate share for investment. They are also able to access data that help them in their task of evaluating and selecting suitable investment. They maintain detailed record of financial and other related informations on all companies in which they have an interest. In short, institutional investors are knowledgeable and organized investors who are not likely to be fooled by management of any company that does not deserve their investment. The third capabilities that institutional investor or institutional shareholder have different expectation and needed. To meet the requirement of diverse set of their client, institutional investor divided their portfolio into various categories. On the basis of division is duration of investment. They may hold a share in a certain company on a long-term basis, while another only for a short term. If an institutional investor intend to hold share in a company for a long term, it monitors the performance of such company carefully. If it finds the company particularly suitable for investment, it may buy significant percentage of its total share, thereby earning the right to have representation on its board. However, institutional investors don't wish to have any representation on the board. They communicate with the management and maintain good relationship. They communicate their concerns and preferences directly to the management. So long-term and short-term investment. They play also a role in shareholder activism. Institutional investors have main qualities that they are performing is to activate or to activate the other shareholder, and they stand or take a stance against any business that the board or the executive management is doing against the interest of all stakeholders. So they overturn their proposal which are not according to the interest of all shareholders. Moving further, institutional shareholders have vast majority in the board, and they are able to affect or influence the decision-making process of the board. It also monitors the performance of the investee companies directly or indirectly. They may have a representation on the board, or they may monitor the performance through different reports, and they communicate their concern to the executive management. One phenomena, or there is also a drawback, that the fund manager invest or divided their investment in a large number of companies, so it is hard for them to give attention to each company performance and monitor its board. What shareholder do expect from the companies? The shareholder, particularly the external one, expect the following from the companies: that the board of the company should be accountable to them, answer their queries, and present an account of whatever is done at the board meeting. There should be a transparency in board decision making. Processes and all important information should be shared with them. Decision on the board should be taken in an honest, transparent manner, and everything that leads to such decision should be recorded in minutes. No underhand or pre-decided decision should be taken by the board. Third is, director should not allow self-interest to prevail over the honest or to the genuine interest of the company or to other shareholders. Directors should manage their companies effectively and efficiently, showing good profit and good growth in the market of their shares. The real profit of the company should be shared fairly among the shareholders. The controlling and internal shareholders should not be spin off the profit, and executive director should not award themselves unreasonably high remuneration at the expense of the dividend of the shareholder. Profit should be equitably distributed. Annual general meeting. Both Companies Act and Article of Association of almost all the company provided for at least one general meeting of all members per year. This annual general meeting is the strongest tool available to shareholder for controlling the board of directors and seeking accountability from them. Only AGM can approve annual financial statement, all major transaction, all transaction with related party, directors remuneration, major expenditure, and if the shareholder act in a united fashion, they can use AGM to put across their preferences and protect their interest, and in many cases forcing them to change the plan according to the wishes of the members. The Combined Code of UK suggested that the company must encourage annual general meeting. Shareholder be encouraged to put queries. Each item should put separately rather than group in one resolution. Vote count based on one vote, one share. Shareholder authorized any one to attend annual general meeting. Shareholder activism. Shareholder activism means to become united and stand against the decision of the board. It can cause withdrawal of the recommendation of the board in annual general meeting if it is feel necessary. It gives signals to the board about feeling of the shareholder. Shareholder activism is prominent and developed countries. The area in which shareholders show their dissent are re-election of directors if they feel that the director should be re-elected, reappointment of the auditor, approval of director remuneration, approval of financial statement, dividend remunerations, changes in share capital, approval of right issue, approval of related party transaction. This is all about today's lecture. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.